Welcome to Reality After Show coverage of the Challenge Ride or Dies, episode 14. That's right, Terrorist of Love. One of my favorite songs, I believe it's Lou Reed, is Satellite of Love. This is the opposite of that.
Yeah, it's the one thing I'll agree with Anissa on.
We will get there. I was just like, do I love Anissa right now?
No.
Okay.
No.
But
it's a
for
moment.
1 second.
Momentarily.
For 1 second, she is all of us.
She is. And I was just like, wow, I'm so glad, because like this is painful for the viewer, but it's explained. It's painful for all of them.
Yes. But like Terrors of Love, I do love the name for it. I love that it's used in the episode. I also feel like it should be like some 70s or 80s rock ballad.
Oh yeah.
Like, probably Meatloaf's in there somewhere.
Sure.
You know, like
I played Celebrity Dodgeball against Meatloaf. Is
he as mean as he looks?
He was very, very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just don't be Gary Busey.
Well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was. I can't remember if he played with Team Malcolm in the Middle or Team Young and the Restless, but he played with one of the. It was weird that he was there. So, but if it was Team Malcolm in the Middle, it was Heisenberg from Breaking Bad was also on his team. We lost. Team Survivor lost first round to Team Punishment, which was Tito Ortiz, Goldberg, the dude from the Old Spice commercials, and then two of Tito Ortiz's trainees that
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews, yeah, and then two guys from UFC.
That seems like something doesn't belong there, and it's all five of them.
All of them did not belong there. You know what? Terry Crews have been fine.
Yeah, you know what? He's Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You know, he's good.
Yeah, but no, it was so. But yeah, but Meatloaf was there, and he was fun. He was fun. So, but neither here nor there. Let's talk episode 14. By the way, that's Alex Trias. Also, Dan Montchal. That's right, Joker Kenny. I'm Jonny Fairplay. Whew. And this is Reality After Show. For those of you first time, I don't know why you would start with episode 14. I was sitting here at the beginning of the actual episode. I'm just like, there's no previously on. But why would you have a previously on 14 episodes in? Like, if you don't know what's going on at this point, don't bother.
Yeah, don't bother. But you know what? Come here. If this is your first episode, what an episode to join us.
Oh, yeah. Get ready.
Yeah. You know, as we've learned, even though she says it just happened, 5 episodes ago or whatever, maybe even 6, I just lost my brother Kenny.
Yeah.
She just realized he's gone.
Well, I think that part is, I think she did just realize he was gone.
I think that's not a thing. I think she's like, wait, where has
we'll
he
get
been?
there at the end of the episode, but I think at first, when they do bring them all back in, she's just confused for a second, being like, oh, wait, it's not Nani. Like, who did I bring on the show with me?
Yes.
Or second Nani.
Who is this guy? I think the peanut gallery is like, who's the guy out there with Jordan and Mariah?
He's like, oh, I'm back. Like, don't test me. I know it. I definitely know that name.
Hey, TJ, there's a PA in the shot.
Name definitely begins with a J.
Yes.
Definitely begins with a J.
Yeah, obviously.
Are you perhaps a Joker?
Yes.
He's something.
He's something. All right. So the episode begins with Casey explaining to the viewers that Nani is her ride or die, that she has never had any other ride or die in the house other than Casey. Or other than Nani, sorry.
What is with these people?
I don't know.
They legit, and they go to Fessy like, how are you feeling? You just lost your ride or die. Yeah, it's cool. It's the game.
Yeah.
Couldn't care less.
Yes. So,
no, he's like, I didn't lose it. You're right there, Casey.
Yeah.
Like there's this weird ride or die, like love, like pentagon here of like Casey's actually with Nani.
It's a tangerine puzzle.
It's don't tell Darrell.
Yes.
He's really good at those.
He is. So Bananas is like, hey, I don't know about you guys, but there's got to be another twist, right? And I think they figured out the twist because some of them don't seem as shocked as others. Like you see Anissa, like I think she's just towing the company line, just like Tori
Yes.
typically does.
Yeah. And you know what? Good on Anissa because she definitely sold people a ticket. Like the casual viewer, she sold them a ticket. Like, oh my god, she truly believes that she's going.
Yeah.
And then you have Fessel, who actually does have like a little bit of bug eyes down there.
Yeah, he was just like,
and then Casey's just like, okay, I don't know who you're bringing out here. I didn't come with anyone.
This means not my ride or die is up there standing beside Devin right now.
Yeah.
Well, she probably thinks like, is Josh coming out with us? Like, maybe.
Oh man.
Oh, Josh. So So I don't know. I think they kind of figured it out. The fact that Bananas says there's got to be something else. They've brainstormed this, but Bananas and Devin have figured out what the twist is.
So like we've been talking about that for the past like several weeks of like, are these people actually thinking this? Like, why are they caring so much about their teams? Like and we talked about how you have people like Devin and Bananas who are like more central focused on, okay, yes, I have to play this game as teams, but I'm also going to do everything I can to protect my ride or die. Then you have people like Fessel, which is like, I'll throw my ride or die
because he did not figure out
her out of the game.
Yeah, he did not
because Bananas. I think it was Bananas, Nani, and Anissa were all on Bloodline, and it's very similar. Where after a few episodes, they split into teams, so they already kind of had the blueprint that at some point, like you're going back with who you started with.
Well, it's also the name of the show. Like they all know this season's name is Ride or Die, unless it was like War of the Worlds 2, where like apparently it had a different name. It was supposed to be like Fight of Independence or some weird name like that. So they had to edit the entire season out, like whatever that was said, to put War of the Worlds 2.
I'm sure TJ appreciated that payday, but not the time away from legending at BMXing.
Or from Roxanne. A true woman that he respects, just like Nani and Mariah.
Yeah, and Kenny.
Oh, and Joker Kenny. But we do have a challenge to...
hold on. Real quick. Fessel, not terribly broken up that Mariah's gone, of course. They highlight this before the challenge is Devin cheers Mariah with a beer in his hand, and if you're paying attention, there's another beer by his waist.
Oh yeah. Oh, but you know what wasn't there? A broken unlit cigarette. Devin, you're slacking.
That comes later.
It was in between the seat cushion.
But he needs to present it to the viewers.
He does need
to be fair, my challenge that I wasn't saying wasn't about the challenge, but it was Joker Kenny now has a new challenger of like the most genuinely person to ever be on the challenge ever, and that's Horacio.
Oh, he is very gentlemanly because he brings happy birthday flowers to Olivia, who will not reciprocate that with sex because she's all sexed out with Fessel and Nelson. Didn't she hook up with Fessel at the beginning or no?
No, you are thinking of
Colleen.
Girl.
Yeah, okay.
Or
I think it was Colleen.
But Kim watching.
Kim might have subbed in one night. Hot tag, brother. It's the same.
You know what? Good on them that we can still remember their names.
Well,
this many episodes away.
Two of us could.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Olivia loves her flowers because ever since she went to this team and left her ride or die, she's had no ability to talk to her ride or die.
No, they're sleeping in separate rooms, just like Amber and Chauncey. They can't talk.
Yes. So, but he finds a way, and by the light of the fire. So not through lighting, through production of any sort. So caveman times by fire. He finds her, gives her flowers. She's happy, and she knows how to wear the correct shirt for confessionals.
Oh, does she?
Unlike
every single week we go further into the season, another week where I'm just like so confused on how this pair was an alternate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they didn't start the season. They were an alternate when Casey and Kenny got COVID.
No, that was Nam. That was Nam and whoever he was with.
You know what? That's a better point. They let Nam and some random blonde girl who no one knows on the show before Olivia and Horacio.
Well, they won't make that mistake again.
No, they will put Nam and Horacio together.
Oh, stop it.
Well, it'll be Goodbye Horacio, episode 2.
I know.
It's fun while it lasted. So from here they make their way to an outside lake bar, and so before we get there, leaving the house, who do we see? Bananas in his contract,
Once an episode,
not once but twice. In the little montage of leaving the house, we see Bananas. Then once we get to the outdoor bar, we see Bananas playing guitar.
you know what? It's because they missed him last week.
I know they had to make up for it.
Yeah, they're like triple it.
I don't know if you guys follow Bananas on Instagram. I just started like a month ago, and he has an Insta story. I don't know, it might have been a post. I think it was just a story of him playing guitar on the beach. And
He loves his guitar.
I was like, don't be that guy.
Oh, he fully embraces being that guy.
I say, he's been that guy for a decade now, at least.
Oh, he brings the guitar every time?
You don't see it
I don't
all
know
the
if he
time,
brings
but
the
it
guitar
does
every
pop
time,
up
but-
every once in a while. This isn't the first time we've seen
It's
it.
definitely shown up on his social media throughout the years.
Oh, wow. So, has he made an album or something?
He
No.
should.
Should he?
I don't know. Maybe if he had some good resources from another, like maybe a slightly more famous Johnny in the reality TV world. Like I don't know where we would find that, but like I'm sure his people knows his people. So
yeah, I haven't listened enough to make a verdict. I just know my New Year's Eve was ruined by my friend. Like everyone was having a good time, and my friend pulled out a guitar, and it was soon time for me to leave.
I'm just here to play 3 chords, man.
I know.
I can play this amazing song. It's 3 chords.
I can.
Hey,
He can do any Green Day cover.
I'm telling you, I'm the next Green Day. I'm next John Mayer, whatever. You know. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So we're at the outside lake bar, which I love. I think is one of the coolest places they've gone to in a while in the challenge or any
It
show.
looked nice.
Yeah, it looked like we have stuff like that around here, and I'm just like, dude, we should make a show around here. Anyway, so Tori goes to Anissa to make sure everything is about her, and Anissa tells everyone she's over it, and everyone else is as well. And I'm like, whoa, what?
Well, there's like multiple things here. One, Anissa isn't Jordan's real ride or die, so like, why does she truly care? She's always going to side with Tori.
Yeah.
And that's why her main focus is, Tori's head is out of the game, even though it's very clearly still in the game. But I love her point though, because the one thing she does say, and I think it's a legit and not a, this is for the TV, let me say it, was when she tells Tori, like, do you really expect a true conversation to happen in this environment? Like, do you truly expect anything productive to happen
out here? Yeah.
This is for outside the game, which is what Jordan's been saying. Is
so please
these
stop.
conversations are for out of the game.
Yeah. So like, we're playing the game. I got your back. I love you. Please stop bringing this outside crap in.
I think it's hard though, because like, as much as I do want to like bag on Tori, like I do also recall. Like,
you want to bang Tori? All right.
Oh, well, yes, but like from the beginning of the season,
where's your professionalism, Alex?
we're reality after show. We're authentic.
It's all right.
But with Tori, it's like her whole thing is like she's been like figuring out the medications, out everything to get her head right after all this stuff, and then just to be put in a situation where you do have your ex-fiance there, even though like obviously behind the scenes they are working together very clearly. They will never say each other's names clearly. They both want to get to the final together clearly. There's still those emotions, so I think some of those emotions are very raw, very real, but because of how it's coming off so inauthentic, because that's just the only storyline production's allowing to go. When we all like hear through the other podcasts, through like Bananas podcast and everything, like there's other drama happening, but they're like shielding so much.
Yeah, we kind of laid it on Tori a little bit, and we're just observing what we see, and it is taking a vast majority storyline away from everyone else. So, but truth be told, I don't want to do any reality competition show with my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, my ex-wife, if I had a wife, ex-fiance, any of those. I don't even really want to play with my friend.
It's hard. It's hard, especially in a challenge. Like the format of the challenge is you're going to end up with a lot of your friends on the show, and you have to find a way to get past them.
Yeah. I was thinking about this while thinking about this point. I did after Survivor, I was asked to do the Amazing Race with my grandma, and I was like, no, I have no desire to do that. I was like, I do it with Burton because he's big and strong and could do stuff. But right when my wife from America's Next Top Model and I filed for divorce, Amazing Race called us then as well, and they were like, hey, would you guys do the race together?
And you're like, ah.
And I was just like, I will ask her. I'm sure the answer is no, and so I approached her. I was just like, look, you don't like me, I don't like you, but I'd be willing to do this and put all the money in a trust fund for our kid. And She was like, no. And I was like, all right, cool. College is on you.
Yeah. And it's like, that would be like a smart idea. Like if the breakup's like more amicable and you're like,
it was not amicable.
Right.
We're still not amicable.
It's like, if I would be able to do the show, tolerate it, but also like, no, like, okay, we can make good TV. We can do something there, make some money. I would probably be more down for it, but like, depending on the situation, no. But like, end of the story is, if they wanted Tori and Jordan on the season together, they should have just done the X's season, have them as a legit pair going in, and then the storyline makes more sense.
Yeah,
they both had to agree to do it, but they had
with it.
Yeah.
I also think that they're different in the way that they come across the game, because I think Tori's more, she wants to talk about it, and Jordan's more, hey, this is for off the show. And Jordan's one of the few people that he's able to separate the game with life. Like if someone screws him over in the game, it's not, I hate you forever, I'll always come after you. And so I think they're both coming at it from different ways. And then when you put the cameras there, this is just what you're going to get.
Yeah, I think him and Fessel are good right now.
Yeah.
I think him and Tori are good right now.
Well, yeah.
Well, and obviously from the end of the episode, you see for the confessionals is like, oh, so we just watched 8 straight episodes of this. Why they shouldn't be together, and be like, oh no, but we're still gonna be very good friends and love each other, which makes sense. You're always gonna have that attachment in some degree.
8 straight episodes of all that, and an entire half an episode. Is she gonna say his name? It's like, no, she's not gonna say.
And you even have Horacio in confessional, like, she's not gonna say his name.
No,
I'm going in.
Yeah. So, and Bananas told Devin which one is the correct dagger. We're good.
It's like that. That's one of 2 options. It's either that, or Devin has like multiple horseshoes rammed so far up his ass, because his first season too, Dan can attest to this. They had a similar style format to go in, and he would pick the option that would keep you safe every single time.
Well, it was because that was kind of like the passing of the torch from Johnny Riley, who kept dodging everything on free agents. He took the horseshoe from him, and Devin's greedy. He's just not going to let it go.
I'm for it. So it's time for our daily, and it's Takes 2 to Tango. What's Takes 2 to Tango, Alex?
So it's the same building that they competed in earlier in the season, but at night you are 20 stories up in the air, and you and a partner have to go and tango through a balance beam over the building. Within 10 minutes, there's little platforms and obstacles around the way. Every single time a circle platform's there, you have to tango and turn around so that the other person's now going backwards. And you have 10 minutes or you're going to be jettisoned off of the balance beam.
There you go.
I like it. It was straightforward.
Yeah. It
wasn't important. Ultimately.
Yeah, it looked a lot smaller. Like on the close-up, you're just like, this thing isn't that big.
No,
like Fessel could literally do it in 8 steps. Being 6'5" and the greatest balance of anyone.
Especially if he was by himself, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think this was. So I have 2 thoughts on this. One, it's like, if you know you're going into pair, like back to your ride or dies, why not just wait for this to be next week's challenge or daily, so that you actually have like your legit partner there to do it with? the fact that it was only one pair truly mattered. Nothing else mattered. Like there was no repercussions for someone DQing or maybe exceeding the 10 minutes, even though no one does. It's I don't think they intended anyone to lose in this one. I think they wanted it to be really quick because they knew what was coming in the back half.
Yeah. This is a loaded up. Like, I kind of like the pacing of this episode more than any episode this season.
I get why you need to have a slower pace at the beginning, but if this is something that they could do like moving forward, I can tolerate a longer season if the later the episodes get, the faster the pace and more like meat and potatoes is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked because I watched it last night and I was looking at my phone for the time just to see if we were going to see a sudden death round. And I was like, oh, we still have more than a half an hour left.
Yeah.
Like we're getting a lot more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can't leave without Joker Kenny.
No. So it's nighttime, which I thought was a cool visual. Fessel and Tori are paired up to go first, and Fessel says, "We danced a time or two in the past."
I loved that. I loved it.
Like, Fessel, this is why I like you.
Like it's corny, but it's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
and it's like you have Tori, who's like it felt like early challenge, like where someone makes a joke about, "Oh, we had sex," and the girl's like, "Oh God, why did you have to bring this up now? I didn't want this to be brought up. I did want this to be brought up."
She was fine. Like I wish she could handle the whole Jordan situation like she handled that.
I think it's easier to handle a fling more than a.
I understand, but for us, the viewer, it would be easier to tolerate if she could do that.
I mean, I'm willing to tolerate a lot with Tori, just because I feel like we're forced to, and two, we saw how she looked on that beam. It looked great.
Yes. So,
and she complains about Fessel being too large.
Oh, there we go. So,
I wonder if he's larger than 99% of NFL athletes.
I'm sure.
At least.
Well, Fessel was shaking like crazy, and I'm just sitting there watching. I'm just like, "Whew, imagine me."
You would literally be like, "You just pick me up and
the only way I'm making it is if I'm picked up and carried." Yeah, just yeah.
That's how I picture you and Burton on The Amazing Race. Like you're just on his back.
That's how I pictured it.
Or in what are those things called that you hold like the baby in, like a Bjorn or something like that? I see you like that, just like pointing him where to go.
Yeah, he can hangover me. Yeah. So Fessel explains he's got the best balance there of anyone, and I'm just like, all right, so there's this guy Horacio on your season. I feel like he's pretty balancy.
But we learn later in the episode he's never acknowledged him.
Oh, that's true. He didn't exist until
just now.
Until balls in.
Yeah, until balls in.
Yeah. And
it's
like,
hey,
what's your name?
Where did you come from? Wait, Casey, is this your brother? Man, he's athletic.
I like your brother. We should work with your brother. Because I really don't have that many friends here, but I don't know it.
And then Casey goes, "Yeah, that is my brother." His name's Kenny.
Yes. No. All right. Chauncey doesn't think he can do it. And TJ doesn't like this. He's just like, "Look, man, I'm not asking you to jump off. I'm asking you to stay on. You've already done this." And he's like, "Nah, it ain't happening, bro."
Like, respect for that, but I that's where I'm like, there should have been some sort of repercussion other than like, well, if only one pair matters, then what's the point of it being a team challenge? Yeah. Like, everyone's going for no reason, truly. Like, there's a case to be made that the only team that needed to go was Fessel and Casey.
Yeah.
It's like, or it's like, oh, you do Fessel and Tori so that Fessel figures out how to do it, and then you're with Casey, who's also a former like professional athlete.
Yeah.
Twinkle toes, and they can both just go through it because they are legitimate ride or dies and trust each other. But it also doesn't help that Chauncey's partner is Anissa.
Yeah. I like Anissa throwing shade, and I'm like, I guarantee you knew Chauncey was scared of heights, and you're like, let me settle up with him because he's probably not going to do it.
And also, like, her logic is so like twisted in the sense of like, I need someone who can support me and like help me get along like mentally, not just physically, but also mentally. So this is a bad look on you, Chauncey. I'm like, no, that's a bad look on you. You're you've been playing since 1783.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Come on. Yeah. So Nani, is Nani with bananas on this round?
No, Nani does it twice.
Oh, yeah.
She does
Jordan.
it with Jordan and with Horacio.
Okay. Yeah. So Jordan first, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's there where she has a fire lit beneath her because of everything that she went through on the Eliminator. And next is Olivia and Bananas. And Olivia is terrified. And Bananas reveals that he's secretly dying on the inside. And I'm just like, there it goes. You see like a Bananas or a Wes. Not so much. I don't think CT's scared of anything. But you do see like a Bananas or Wes or even a Nehemiah, and you're just like, nothing scared. I mean, these guys have done this so many times. Like this is just like, all right, we're 20 stories in the air and we have to go across a mountain. And like, so to hear someone that's done this 8,000 times, be like, yeah, this still sucks, guys. In case anyone's wondering, like I've done this enough times that you're not gonna see it on my face. But yeah, my underwear is brown.
Yeah, and that's what I love about someone like Bananas, because this is why, like, this is more the comparison I have for Bananas with Brady. It's not just the wins. It's like Brady was put into the NFL, late draft pick. No one expected anything. His metrics were horrible. Like, he wasn't the most athletic. He wasn't the best, like, thrower. He wasn't the most accurate. It's like not the fastest. And I feel like Johnny's in like a similar way. Like, he's built, like, he's very athletic, very lean, but he was never the top guy. And he was always, so there's almost like a scrappiness and underdogness to him, even though he's just been such a big personality.
Like early you had Kenny, and it's just like, Kenny was bigger.
You had Kenny and Evan on either
Kenny
side of
him.
Yeah.
And then you have CT around, who's just like a giant. You have Wes, who was roided up at the time. It's like, so it was like interesting to see. And it's just like, it shows like that, like master, he's like a jack of all trades, master of none type of player, where it's like, I can do all this stuff. Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, that's a handyman. Sorry, not a plumber. That's a handyman.
I could be a plumber. Depends on the show.
No, I don't know. Apparently he's gonna lay in pipe.
Well, we can ask Mariah.
Okay.
So enough cast members know.
Yes. So yeah. So Vessel got a lot tougher on round 2. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those things that it scares the crap out of you, and it's just like, oh wait, there was really nothing to this, and he can literally in 8 steps go from one side to the other.
And I think the difference in the build of Tori and Casey is also different. Like Tori, like weight lifts, like she's like. And I'm trying to say this delicately because I'm not saying it in a negative way. Like, she is just bigger than Casey. Yeah. Like, wider bone.
She's got bigger muscles.
Yeah, bigger muscles. Just a bigger body next to someone who's already big. But, like, for someone who's big like Fessy, like, the weight distributes well, where it's like, it doesn't look like all bulk. Like, he looks like lean-ish for his size. So then you have Casey, who's also just very, like, not scrawny in comparison to Tori, but built, lean muscle.
Yeah, she's lean muscle. I think she's bigger than me.
Yeah, but like she's small in comparison. So then it's a lot easier for Fessel to be like, okay, I'm leading this dance, just don't drop. And Casey would be like, bet, I'm good.
Yeah. So let's see. It looks like Horacio and Nani are gonna win, but the fact that they say it so many times, I'm just like, ooh, I guess they don't win. They don't. Vessel and Casey win.
Yeah, that seems to be like Horacio's story in dailies almost the entire season. It's like he looks like he should win, but then get second. I'm sure it's by a difference of 2 seconds. They just didn't say it.
Oh no! TJ says it wasn't even close.
I ignored that. It was by 2 seconds.
I'm fully aware it was 2 seconds. It's always 2 seconds.
Yeah. My stopwatch keeps stopping there.
Even when it's not 2 seconds, it's 2 seconds. You know what probably will take you more than 2 seconds? Shaving your balls! Support for Reality After Show is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. That's right, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. If my math's correct, that's about 12 million balls.
The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, is it a game changer. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies.
First off, the Lawnmower 4.0, this trimmer is the future of grooming, and dare I say, the greatest ball trimmer ever.
Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to help reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and has a 4000K LED spotlight that you need for a more precise shave.
Now, I have a dark shower curtain in my bathroom, and I've been looking for the perfect way to shave in the dark, kinda. Guess what? I found it. 4000K LED. No longer a problem. I got perfectly smooth, clean balls thanks to the Lawnmower 4.0.
It's time to take care of yourself, so go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code SURVIVOR. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code SURVIVOR. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Thanks for sticking with us through the ad break. And don't forget, for more exclusive Reality After Show coverage, visit realitypatron.com. That's reality, Patron.com.
Ooh, and we are back. It's Devin, Jordan, Horacio on the hot seat, and almost time for interrogation versus deliberation. And Bananas is like, "Hey, I want Devin off the table. Number one, he's my roommate. We like to cuddle at night, so please don't screw that up. And number two, I want one of these other two animals out of here." Jesus,
It's like there's so many layers to this, and I love this segment from Bananas' perspective. One, because I'm a Bananas fan, and two, it really shows like production Bananas, because all of his questions are what like you would be getting asked in confessional.
Yes,
because he's like, because in reality, is he truly trying to get Jordan into elimination? No, like, or at least not as the main vote. No. He's probably set on letting Horacio in because he's friends with Jordan and he's working with Devin.
Yeah, and
it's like, but the good TV is Tori. Like, how do you feel? Like, would you do it? Because like I think he ultimately doesn't care because he's just gonna throw his vote on Horacio no matter what.
Yeah. So why not stir the soup?
No, it's definitely more for that TV moment because he asked the question to Tori, but everyone knows the answer.
Yeah,
Tori's not saying Jordan's name.
This is the same thing as asking Mariah. It's just like, man, I can't believe you left your ride or die out to dry. I can't believe you did that. Like, I mean, the girl he's hooking up with. So it's just like, all right, let's make. The reason they brought me here is to make some TV. Let's make some TV.
Yeah. And then you see it later when he apologizes after what happened. He's like, Tori, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
Oh yeah,
what you're going through.
God, the fact that happened. Whew, I mean, who even asked that? Was that? I think it was Devin. Who was it? I don't know.
I can't believe Devin asked that for you. Like, he's your ride or die.
Yeah.
And then he goes into meets production professional. Production gives him his like bonus check. Like, good job.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. That's so. But I mean, even with that, we still got 18 Bananas confessionals this episode. This was Bananas heavy, considering the fact he literally did nothing.
And that's what he's great at. That's what like any person who goes on reality TV should aspire to be, like, do minimal work that's gonna actually, or like you do work, but you know it's not gonna get shown.
Oh yeah.
But then get all the credit by getting all the confessionals about what's going on. Be good at talking, be able to tell a story the way that production wants it to be told, and you're gonna be shown all the time.
Yeah. What is it? Episode 10 or 11 of Survivor Pro Islands. It is all me. Like I don't even remember that episode. Like back when it happened. And then like we did the rewatch for the Castaway Watch Along on the Patreon. Become a patron at realitypatron.com. And I'm watching this and just like, oh my God, like this is too much fear. Like I hate it. So I could just imagine people that hate me like watching it. They're just like, ah. So, and I didn't do anything. It's
Right.
an entire episode dedicated to me in which I did nothing.
Yeah, and like for fans that get like upset over like, oh, why are they showing this person so much? Why are they showing this person so much? It's like they're gonna show the people that either are actually relevant to the story or are the best at dictating what's happening. And if you are someone who isn't able to speak well, but they like casting you anyway, they're gonna cast you, but they're not gonna show you.
Yep.
But you know, you gotta check either way.
Yeah.
And Bananas is Bananas is great because he gives everyone a reaction. You either love him or you hate him. So that's a great type of person to have on screen. Kind of like another Johnny I may know.
Yeah, thanks. So time for the interrogation. Devin comes in. He's just like, look, I hope you don't choose me. But you know, if I got to choose, you know, who I'd want to go against, my options are a professional soccer player or a triathlete with a bad attitude.
I love Devin.
Yes. Oh, he
Devin.
killed it.
Claps.
I wish we could have gotten a little more Devin this season.
And it's so weird because I'm still fully on the train that he's winning.
Yeah.
I still believe Tori and Devin are winning.
That's
I
fine.
believe like because I think that they do this like weird thing these past few seasons where the winner, or at least one of the winners, they don't give as much, like they're not fully in the full front. And like Devin's in the front, but he's not getting pushed as that. Like that's Jordan's storyline with Tori. It's Bananas narrating.
Yeah.
It's Fessel being Fessel. But his story and what like Bananas is saying is like, oh, we keep Devin in because he's the weakest of the three. We're gonna keep Devin because he has a proven track record, like Fessel said, of losing in the finals.
Yeah.
And I feel like the other story throughout the season has been, oh, people are underestimating Devin. Like people shouldn't think that he's just slub who can't do anything. Like he can compete very well. And then I think it all culminates in this final where he gets that win. And that's why you get that confessional tonight of like, I want to win this game. Like I want to get to this third or fourth final that he's been in, but I want that W more than anything else in the world.
Yeah. I definitely want a Devin win, but in that journey to there, you know, as great as Bananas, as great as Bananas is, just give me one less Bananas confessional and one more Devin's confessional per episode.
It's almost like I also think it's not a punishment to him, but it's more of like a punishment of circumstances. I think if Devin's side was winning, we hear more Devin than from Bananas. Or it's more even playing field where Devin has the power and then you have Bananas who's on the other side talking about like, this is how I'm going to get out of the situation.
Yeah.
But
don't worry, we still have 37 episodes left. There's still plenty
true.
of time for more Devin.
Well, I mean, it took them 5 episodes to only eliminate one team, so
I mean, it's true.
I got thoughts. I'll save it for the end.
Yeah. Next, we learned that Horacio is like herpes.
Bananas, great quote as always.
Yep. And also that he's gone from a rookie to a threat. I believe that was Olivia.
And honestly, I don't recall how many since like Jordan Dan in like his season, Jordan and Marlon were rookies that went from being rookies to threats. I can't recall that many others that came in on their rookie seasons, have this longevity, and then get that translation from they're no longer deemed a rookie after their first season. They're now, by the end of the first season, labeled as a contender.
The only one that I can think of, and he didn't go into as many eliminations, would have been like a Theo from World of Worlds 2, but he just didn't have the longevity because of his accident.
Well, I think we'll be seeing him soon enough.
We will.
And I think we're going to see him on the main show soon enough.
Theo,
they were alternates. Him and Georgia were alternates.
Not your
apparently.
Theo, Johnny.
what's that?
Not your Theo.
My Theo's great. He interviewed Louis C.K. this week.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
No, but this Theo's also really good. Had a lot of potential, had an eye accident, so he could no longer compete at the time, but now has been cleared to compete, and we will be seeing him as a representative on the Paramount Plus series.
Oh, the Challenge World?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Exclusively on Paramount.
Exclusively on
Paramount Plus.
Because they don't have anything else except Beavis and Butthead and Star Trek that All right, so it's time for Jordan to do his interrogation, and Tori uses this as an opportunity to make it all about herself.
Well, like the first half of her confessional is right. She's like, I know this is bad. I probably shouldn't do this. I'm like, yes.
Stick with your instincts.
Like, you literally, the whole complaint from throughout the season is that Jordan's been complaining about Tori trying to put him on the spot on camera to have these conversations.
Yeah.
So she's like, what's the solution? In a film segment, I'm gonna force him to face this again
with 5 witnesses, so that I can go to each of them, even though it's documented. I can still go to each of them and be like, "You heard that, right?"
So I do want to say, like, she's not even just holding their relationship hostage. She's holding all these people hostage.
Oh God, yes, she is.
She's holding us hostage.
She's holding the viewers hostage. She's holding her team hostage. She's holding Anissa's ride or die hostage. So she is indeed a terrorist of love.
But you know what? I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it because at least this one brought like more like emotional strings to it. Whereas like the other ones felt like it was just fighting for the sake of fighting.
Yeah, just petty.
Yeah, where this one felt like, oh no, like they're really clearing it right now. Of like, this is like, let's make it clear.
This needed to happen for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of wish it had happened, I don't know, 11 episodes ago.
But I think it's like halfway through the argument, like Jordan recognizes that this is something that she truly needs. So that's why like he comes back like, and he's like, I'm still gonna make my point because I am who I am, and this is I'm never gonna truly change who I am. Yeah. But this is why I did what I did. This is why I feel how I feel. But he brought that tone a lot lower.
Yeah.
To show that like, no, like no matter our fighting, like I still care for you. I still care for you emotionally. So let's be good.
Yes. So I thought it was good. So we're back at the house. Devin's tired of packing. Can someone just let this guy know that he's good? I mean, do you know every time he has to grab his collection of unlit broken cigarettes, put them in a special carton.
Yeah.
And then, put roll t-shirts around it so they don't get extra broken.
Yeah. It's such a shame, honestly. It's like, but we do hear after this elimination that like the thing that made me laugh the most this episode was when they come back after this elimination and TJ goes, man, 2 very strong teams.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah. Oh, no, I think TJ, this entire episode was high because when they're on the roof, he comes there. He's like, everybody gave it their all tonight. Thank you. And I'm just like, Chauncey's there.
He probably forgot Chauncey was there. He was just like, I'm ignoring that you were here. Everyone, you all did great.
Yeah.
I assumed this was after TJ whipped his air horn at him, and then just, he had another one in his hand. Was like, maybe it didn't happen.
He got the like almost like farting air horn. Like it was not. So anyway, time for the elimination. The eliminator. It's a banger.
It's a banger, all right. Balls in, a classic. And I heard like another Challenge Mania Scott Yeager put on social media, and I agree.
Scott at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, I always forget he's a big wrestling fan. As well.
he was with John from Real World. Was it the first True Story? John Brennan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was with John. So actually, John followed me on Twitter like right after, and I followed and like sent me his number like 12 seconds later. He was just like, "We need to stay in touch." And I haven't called yet, but I love I'm sure he's watching. I'd like to think he's watching. John, I love you. I just don't have free time. I don't call anybody. But maybe in March we'll hang out. Like there's wrestling. I will be back in Nashville. I'm back in Nashville. Where does he live? He doesn't live in Nashville. He's just in Nashville for SummerSlam, probably.
Well, he could probably go back. It's probably not that far.
Okay.
But hey.
Yeah. I like John. So, but anyway, but Scott.
He was talking about how Balls In is like it's almost like the redheaded stepchild almost. It's like, it's the underappreciated banger.
Yeah.
Because when you go
Yeah.
into bangers, you think of hall brawl and you think of pole wrestle.
Oh yeah.
But Balls In has given, as Johnny said, like a lot of classics.
Yeah.
Despite them not showing a very specific one, Dan, that I always think of. The first one I always think of when it comes to Balls In is Cara Maria with a broken wrist going up against Laurel.
No, she broke her wrist in that elimination against Jess.
I thought
because she did the wall where she was taken out by Laurel.
Gotcha. But still, it's still a classic moment with.
Oh yeah,
Cara Maria,
I mean she wins with
a
a broken
legend.
wrist.
Yeah, with a freaking broken wrist. She
She's
could
the
talk with Kurt Angle.
She's the Kurt Angle of the challenge.
Yeah, she's a Kurt Angle.
I told you guys I've
Yeah.
I've known Cara forever, but I met Paulie, and he's a delight.
Just can't pass some evaluations, allegedly.
Yeah, he's great. So no, I look forward to hanging out with him again. And his brother is on Traders, which we will be covering tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. We will have Rachel Riley as a guest, and then tomorrow at 1, we'll be talking episodes 1 and 2 of Traders US, streaming on Peacock now. Starting next week, it'll air weekly on Bravo for free, but it's the same episodes that are already on Peacock.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't know that they were going to do it on TV as well.
Yep. So it starts next week on Bravo. As I said, same. It's not a second, not another season, not more episodes. It's just episodically each week. So, but tomorrow at 1:30 we have Michael Davidson and Rachel Riley talking episodes 3 and 4. So that's 1:30 p.m. tomorrow. So eventually these are gonna after these first 2 podcasts, the rest are going to Patreon only. I mean, we agreed that we were gonna do Australian Survivor on the free side and Traders on the Patreon side. We're gonna give you the first one free, but I feel like we gotta share Michael Davidson with the world tomorrow.
I think we do.
Yeah.
He seems like a lot of fun. So, but anyway, check us out tonight at 10 p.m. and tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. All right. By the way, today's Thursday, in case you're wondering. So, not everyone's watching us live. So, all right. So, and tomorrow would be Friday. So, anyway, all right. Horacio's the vote. Shockingly, Tori.
It did take an ad break.
They did. I feel like Tori should have been the last vote. I don't understand why Bananas was.
It's in the contract.
Probably. I mean, but like for drama, like, I mean, does TJ? I bet TJ has no clue what's going on. Like, they probably told him, make sure Tori's last, and he's like, whatever, close enough. Next to last is the same, right? They're like, no, it's all about Tori's vote.
I know, because now the story is like, oh well, Bananas tie it up for whatever weird reason, or is he just gonna bank it in? It's like, but I guess it's like, it's a hard situation, because if Bananas is always going to pick Horacio, then putting him before Tori defeats the purpose, because like she's not gonna tie it, because we know Tori as a player isn't just gonna tie it for the sake of tying it.
Yeah. So I guess
it was sort of like that was your best moment to do it.
But it was anticlimactic in the fact that it's just like, well, then I think we know what Bananas' vote is going to be.
Hey, he could have voted Devin. Honestly, I would have loved that if he just, like, for the sake of it, it's just like is cursing Devin out. It's like, I'm voting for you asshole, with your unlit cigarette.
Yeah, you know how many unlit cigarettes are on that nightstand between the two of us?
I wake
and
up
they're all broken. You can't smoke any of them. And Devin's like, I told you, you just rip off the top, you stuff it in the filter. It's fine.
I'm tired of waking up with 2 packs attached to my back.
All right. So so Horacio's the vote, and Devin gets to pull first. And this is the first time we've heard this statement by TJ. If you touch it, it's yours.
I think a lot of people think in that way.
Well, I mean, those are the 90s. Stop it.
No, but yeah, it is the first time we've heard it. But like, I don't feel like we've seen anything where someone's like touched one and then like, no, let me go somewhere else and grab it. I think maybe does it come up later? Who knows? I'm
wondering if like, Bananas is like, there's one that has the little, ridge on it. And if you touch it, you'll know which one has the ridge on it.
Is it bad that I keep trying to pause this TV when both the knives are there to see if I can actually tell if there's a difference?
Yeah.
From the viewer's side. Also.
Yes. And
no, I can't tell.
Yeah. I feel like they've done a really good job of not showing them close up to us.
Yeah.
No, it's normally at like from an upward weird angle that if it would be underneath that handle at the top, you just wouldn't notice.
It's from the same angle they got that last the last jumping target from the helicopter. It's from that angle.
It's the same guy. It's same guy, same camera.
Same guy.
Jordan still missed.
King Cash. You should have made a super chat. Would love to read it. I'll read it. I'll give you a freebie. So anyway, if you want your comment read, do a super chat. They're great. They support the podcast. Amber took way too long picking. They said enough of that crap.
To be fair, she didn't touch both of them though.
I know.
No, she just walked back and forth.
She was just hugging Nani. Like, are you sure you want me to do this to you? I know which one it is. Bananas has told me.
Bananas has told. He's only
Chauncey didn't tell her though. Bananas told her because Chauncey and Amber aren't allowed to talk.
I know.
Different teams.
Chauncey knows, but he was like, "If only she were on my same team, I could tell her, but I can't."
Yeah. I wish that would come out. It's like that's the truth.
Oh, I believe it.
It's what we're going with. So everyone, this is canon.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I mean, in the challenge last week, Chauncey had the chance to save her and chose to win anyway. So why would he help her now?
Well, they're not on the same team.
He knew
he is breaking that bed tonight.
Yeah, they can move back in together.
Oh my God, yeah.
But no, it's because he trusted that Bananas would break the rules and talk to the other team and let Amber know which one it was.
Oh, yes.
Despite it going against his own ride or die.
Yeah. If there's anyone that's going to break the rules, it's going to be Bananas.
And Prod will be like, yeah, that's okay. He's just a member of Prod.
Yeah. We're good. Does everybody see his production chair? Great. Okay, we're good.
Why does he keep wearing that production hat? I don't get it.
What does he yell at PAs? Get out of the shot. My name's Kenny. You may know me as Casey's brother. Never heard of you. Get out of here, PA.
No, her brother's Horacio.
Yes, obviously.
I acknowledge you.
He's acknowledged.
Acknowledge me.
Oh my God. Is Fessel Roman Reigns?
I think this is a separate podcast now.
Yeah,
it's a discussion.
There's similarities. Oh, that's good. All right. You're lucky you have to watch Traitors still. All right, so Devin pulls the safe dagger and refers to himself by his rap name, Young Dagger.
Don't tell Turbo. Don't tell Turbo about these nicknames.
No, I didn't get this.
It was just him trying to make something.
But like I feel like it was a swing and a miss. I know where he was going with it, but like I feel like production didn't get the perfect quote, and they're like they kind of got it. They're like, that's good enough, and we need one more Devin confessional, or Fairplay is going to be pissed.
But you also know, like, he meant it's spelled young with like without the O. But if they if they were to put it on the screen, it would be spelled correctly.
Well, because they're so hip. They're MTV. Oh. Alex, you just muted yourself.
I don't know what happened there. Anyway,
MTV, that's what happens on the official challenge podcast. When you say mean things about MTV, they just
I was saying it was a very delayed reaction from Anissa. I finally got him. But hey, we got a challenge. We got an elimination to talk about. It's sponsored by Manscaped. It's Balls In. That's good.
Oh wow! I should have I should have saved the commercial for there.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to save it because you're gonna save money using our promo code Survivor.
That's true. So, and it's a pay-per-view event. Says Bananas casually talking,
Yeah,
and
it's a
says
plea.
Devin reliving that moment and forgetting that they probably showed Bananas saying it first.
It's a premium live event, folks.
It is a premium live event.
Come on.
I
Come
will
on.
fix that in the future. So, yeah. So, balls ends the eliminator. How does that work, Alex?
It's exactly how it said. There's someone on offense. There's someone,
Chauncey will be playing later.
there's someone on offense and on defense. You each get in each round. You get one turn at each. Objects, if you're on offense, to get the ball into the basket. Your defender, you don't want them to get the ball in the basket. Best out of 3 wins.
Yes. So, yeah. Dan, is this one of your favorite eliminators?
I think it's pretty good. And going back to what Alex was saying earlier, I think it's one that every time that you see it, it almost always delivers. There's been a few that have been misses, but I think it delivers more with great matchups than pole wrestle and hall brawl, because I think it's competitive more often than not.
Yeah. So we start with Jordan on offense, and Jordan just wants to give Horacio the heads up that this is legit, and he's going all in on this, and he rocks him right to the face, like out of the gate, just to be like, hey kid, I know you respect me. I know you think you like me. I don't right now, because I can separate the game, unlike Tori. And and here we go. And Horacio was just, kind of wipe the blood from his nose, and it was just like, cool, I can do this. And does.
This was like so fascinating to watch, because I've already listened to a couple like podcasts throughout the day today of people talking about, because I was just interested in other people's thoughts on it. But it was Horacio out Jordaning Jordan, because like the way that he played it is how Jordan would usually play it. Like Jordan's usually like the smaller guy in the scenario. Like he's strong, but he's usually the smaller guy, the underdog of it, so he has to be more scrappy, more agile. But Horacio took that role, and it was weird seeing Jordan in the dynamic of, oh no, I'm gonna brute force you, like I'm gonna make you hurt, so then I can just bulldoze you the other 2 rounds.
I think if Horacio goes first, Jordan wins.
I think it's very hard to tell,
because I don't think Horacio throws it in his face. Like Jordan gave Horacio the eye of the tiger by popping him on that first go.
Horacio has this also ability that I think doesn't get talked about by the cast during the season, of his ability to adapt and like learn as, like, not after it happens, but as it's happening.
He's like Ultron.
Yeah, it's like it's literally, it's so impressive to watch. And
he's Vision versus Vision on WandaVision.
But it's just like, it's so impressive to watch in real time. Like someone who has this crazy athleticism, balance, core strength.
Well, the second best balance in the house.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't take that away from Fessel.
Yes.
But it's just like, you see this dude as he gets popped, as he gets hit. Like in Dailies also, where he's getting hit, he always bounces back and then figures out, oh, this is what I need to do to win. And he does. Like, there's a reason why he's the first person, or the first rookie in 17 years. That's how long ago it was that fresh meat happened. 17 years ago, when Casey and Wes won 5 eliminations together.
Yeah.
He's the first to do it since then.
Wow.
Dude's there. But don't worry, he has been acknowledged. And the other point that needs to be made, because we didn't touch on it, was like in the deliberation and here with Fessel going like, like, I know we don't talk, but I respect you. And then he's like trying to give him tips. Like, I know in my rookie season, I feel it's very similar to yours. And you see Bananas just like side eyeing him, just like, are you okay? But because like that was total madness that Bananas won. And in that season, Fessy got one elimination, and it was, he chose when he went into that elimination and had everything go his way the entire season, as opposed to Horacio, who has been the underdog and constantly thrown in. Yeah. I see myself in you, man. Like, you just have to be okay. And also to him going like, you have to be okay with losing, or like every now and then. I'm like, just like I've learned. I'm like, have you learned, buddy? And then he finishes like, oh, I see you. I'm like, bitch, you better see me.
I think Fessel sees himself like he sees Horacio as the second most balanced in the house,
and the second boyfriend. Remember,
And,
like when people
yeah.
don't want to be with Fessy, they'll go to Horacio.
yeah. So I think he does see him as a young Fessel, but that's the only two things. Like nothing in terms of performance or anything that's because he can separate the game from real life.
But like, and
He
like,
just sees Horacio's real life.
and if they were down there together, Fessel would just see him as just something that exists that's in his way that he's gonna. Because like, let's be real, he's athletic. I do think if Fessel's down there, Fessel beats him.
Yeah,
and it's not close. Like he's just bigger guy. Big, who is also athletic, will just bulldoze you. Yeah. Whereas like Jordan is more of an even fight because they're similar build, similar height. It's gonna go one way or the other. Whoever makes the first mistake, and Jordan makes the mistake by having one hand.
Yeah.
Also, notice the ball was smaller this time, and I wonder if that was a choice they made, knowing that Jordan was very likely going to be in there to try to make it somewhat more even.
I'm cool with that.
Like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Like, because it was enough where you could palm it with one hand easily.
Okay. So, well, Horacio's first point, he does the 1-2 shake in the sand, according to Fessel. And I had flashbacks to Mike Vick at Virginia Tech.
I was thinking of like so many football plays. I probably should be thinking of soccer plays because it's Horacio, but like that juke was just so good. It's so hard to juke in the sand.
Yeah.
So once again, it just shows the athleticism.
Well, you have to do it early while the sand is packed.
Right. Yeah, not when it's on your shoes and you start slipping.
No, not then at all. So Horacio wins. Jordan does make a mistake, and Tori reveals to all of us she will always have Jordan's back. And I was like, oh, I wish you had discovered this 11 episodes ago, but that's okay.
Oh, she did.
I think the only thing that we're deprived of is because obviously they're coming right back is that conversation, with TJ right afterwards. And I just would have loved to see Jordan's reaction, be like, you live or die by your ride or die. And him just realizing that his game's in Anissa's hands and him just being like,
all right, I'm out.
No, we would never get it from him.
Where's my plane ticket?
We would never get it from him on camera, though. We'll get what the confessional that guys like. Anissa, I wish I was here to help get you to that first win, but it's on you now. You're gonna do it. And I'm like, oh, buddy, you're very good at this now. But and
you learned from Tori.
Yeah, but it's like no worries on Jordan's part. Like when Jordan's talking about, and when you know for sure he's losing, is when he has that confessional about. I at the end of the day, I want my legacy on the challenge to be. If I'm in a competition, I'm giving it everything. It's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be like a performance everyone wants to watch, win or lose. Me giving 100%. I'm like, yeah, that's very clearly what we know about you since the first season you've been on. It's just like that is your legacy. That's cemented in stone. Yeah,
but when during the challenge or during the eliminator, when we go to the confessionals with them, Horacio cannot stop smiling. I mean, you cannot slap the smile. And I'm just like, okay, Horacio wins, followed by Jordan going, I want my legacy to be. I was just like, okay, Jordan loses. Neither one of these guys are good at the game in that aspect.
Well, no, and also you get the confessional.
Here's my card. I have pocket aces.
Well, it's also like you get the confessional when they're talking to each other in the house after deliberation, and you have Horacio's conversation or confessional while smiling, like, oh, I don't think his head's in the game right now. I think it's because of the Tori situation. Yeah. I think if he's down there, he's beatable, like essentially. Yeah. I'm like, I wonder why you took this confessional, Horacio.
Yeah. Horacio smiles during every confessional for the second half of the episode.
He's just too good. He's too pure a guy.
He is. So that ties the all-time record for elimination wins in a season with Sarah and also with Wes and Casey. And we are dangerously close to TJ's final, and so close. It's the next morning. And God damn it, TJ's here, according to Bananas. And Bananas says, dude, you're in our house. And TJ goes, actually, Bananas, this is my house.
I mean, facts.
They're like, yeah, I put Kenny in the basement. I told you guys to feed him. Did no one do that?
No one fed Kenny.
Who?
So, and this is followed by TJ saying, "Pack your shit, suit up. I'll see you in the sun."
And Devin's just like, I just unpacked.
I literally just unpacked. Do you know how long it took me to reassemble my broken unlit cigarettes?
Well, that's why it went from day when he told them to nighttime when they were there. They're waiting on Devin.
They had to let Devin have his time.
Yes. So at this point, they're back in DAZN, and
Two great teams.
Two great teams. Leave your teams, get back in your ride or die pairs. And this leaves Fessel, Anissa, and KC. And we hear, are we going to go home? All right. All right. So do we think any of them thought they were going home really or no?
I don't think truly. I think Fessel for a moment thinks it so that he could already pick his excuses of like, God damn it, Mariah. Why did you have to get eliminated? Why were you even in there? It wasn't because I threw you under the bus. Like, I gave you this opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And you're taking it away from me. You know what, Mariah is in his head? He's like, Mariah, you're selfish.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you? But okay, so here's my complaint.
Okay.
I think the twist should have been, if you were truly ride or dies, you should have been able to protect your ride or die. Get pack in, see ya. Bus is over there.
I can live with that.
I think there should have been repercussions, or two teams get eliminated.
Yeah,
like not just
one comes back.
Yeah, because one team gets eliminated. That means we are going into a 6th episode. So I'm going to count it as 6 episodes where only 2 teams left.
Yeah.
That's to me, that's unacceptable.
Well, I mean, the fact that only one team is eliminated, I'm just like, okay. Spoiler alert. I think we all know what team is like, and unless it's the eliminator is what's Kenny's kids' middle names. I'm pretty sure.
Or it's
Casey's not allowed to answer.
Or it's the challenge, or it's the platform challenge with the camera angle, but instead of like any of that, it's just literally you have to hang there, and like exist.
And they have step stools. They just stand on them.
It's like we know what's gonna happen. We are seeing Casey be eliminated from the challenge for the first time in her challenge career.
Yeah.
Outside of being medically evacuated from a final, but I don't count that.
I don't either. So TJ explains you can no longer continue without a partner, and some guy named Kenny shows up and
does like the full LeBron. It's like, I'm back, and everyone's like, who is this?
Who? And 3 pairs have a chance. TJ, stop lying to the viewers. 2 pairs have a chance. Someone's going home. We know who that is. Don't Let Me Down is the eliminator. And what's Don't Let Me Down?
So you're rolling this heavy object up a platform where you both have to get past a line and then hold it for 1 minute. We know this challenge only lasted 1 minute and 10 seconds, but it somehow lasted for 10 minutes on the show.
It did. And Fessel explains that Mariah's got scary big quads.
The funny thing is they don't highlight the quads. They highlight what everyone wanted to see.
Yeah. She's
which
hot,
which is also very impressive.
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah. So remember when she goes last episode, we were talking about like her, like with those strength with those legs, it didn't make sense why they were saying she didn't have endurance in her legs. I was like, maybe it's because it's the wrong type of endurance.
Yeah.
This is the endurance for her legs.
Yeah.
So Kenny and Casey, they have much more sand on their ramp.
Well, it's
all sand.
I want to know how those were weighed. Like, were all of those rollers the same weight,
or were they based on
right? Yeah. Or was it based on you and your partner? Because
I think they were all the same.
Because like if they were all the same, I was agreeing with Fessel at the beginning where he's like, I have at least 30 more pounds than any of the guys here, and I'm taller, I'm more balanced, more balanced, better than 99% of NFL athletes. Like,
yes.
Between myself and Mariah, like we may not get along, but we're both physically fit, and we're going to be able to beat either of these two teams.
Yeah.
So It's like,
And compare.
yeah.
I was going to say, compared to Jordan and Kenny, I think 30 pounds is being generous.
Oh yeah.
I think it's way more than that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's a tough challenge either way. Like if it's heavy to some degree, like on an incline with sand, that's gonna make you slip. Like it may have only lasted a minute and 10 seconds, but that for some of them that might have been the longest minute and 10 seconds of their lives.
Yeah. So, well, Fessel and Mariah win, and we get the dual confessional back together. Oh, buddy, oh, pal.
You can just tell the disdain in both of them.
From both. It's just like, I have the worst ride or die ever. And I'm just like, only one of you is correct in saying that. And her name is Mariah.
Yeah, despite what Josh thinks, even though he claims to have not watched the season. So he was on the official challenge podcast, but that was with not Tori and Anissa, even though they claim Tori and Anissa are covering this whole season.
Oh.
It's been Devin and Davon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Devin holds people accountable, which I'm a fan of. So I only heard a clip, and it was him trying to defend Fessel, and then he goes like, well, I haven't watched any of the episodes, and Devin just goes, and I can tell you haven't watched any of the episodes because this is how you're answering right now.
Nice.
But yeah, it's like, if you're Mariah, you're like, oh, I can't believe we're together. Like, he is my ride or die because I'm being told I have to say he's my ride or die.
Yes.
We will do very well, which, like, very true. They could do very well.
Yeah.
As long as they're both, like, there.
Yeah.
I could see them being thrown in, but they're going to be a tough team as long as they survive.
So, well, next week, Kenny goes home, and
what? Who?
That's what it said in the preview.
When did the OG Kenny come back? I didn't see him.
Yep, and it's the bus challenge from the Challenge Australia. And so for those of you that would like to see the bus challenge from Challenge Australia before you see it next week, we have links and podcast about it at realitypatron.com.
Great time.
I think you guys will like the Challenge Australia. It's really good.
And
so
I think you'll love our coverage of it. It was some great laughs along the way. And we also see in the preview, I'm assuming Amber knocks herself out in that bus.
Oh yeah.
The clip is her just head banging straight into the wall.
That bus was legit.
Yeah. I hope she isn't concussed after that, but
well, she could be concussed from this night.
You're
moving
saying
back in with Chauncey.
She's pulling a Tua. Multiple concussions in 24 hours.
Yes. So with that, all right. This was a good one.
It was a good one. And everyone, if you're listening to this live, make sure to tune back in tonight at 10 for our coverage of episodes 1 and 2 of The Traitors with Rachel Riley.
Yes. And Dan, where can everybody find you?
All social media, Monchy04. That's MONTCHY04.
And Alex, where can they find you?
They can find me at Trias95. I post stuff.
All right.
Don't spoil me.
And I am at Jonny Fairplay, no H in Johnny. And I will. I'll be doing the Traders podcast tonight at 10 and tomorrow at 1:30. And thank you, everyone. Become a patron. It's the best way to support the podcast. Go to realitypatron.com. If you do listen to the podcast, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, any of those, click the subscribe button and take 10 seconds to do a rating. Just put 5 stars. This is the greatest podcast ever. You don't even have to mean it. It helps with the algorithm, the perfectly random and randomly perfect algorithm. And if you watch the podcast on YouTube, once again, click the subscribe button, do the thumbs up, do all the fun things you're supposed to do. Tell a friend, tell your neighbor, tell your ugly ass friend, all those things, and support Reality After Show. We really appreciate it. So with that, until 10 o'clock tonight or next week, if you're just watching the challenge stuff, thank you. And for more bonus content, go to realitypatron.com. That's right, become a patron now. Get additional coverage of all your favorite shows, the weekly Q&A, and you become a member of the secret, exclusive Facebook group. That's realitypatron.com.